Good morning. Welcome to today's daily update. This is 28th of July 2023, 5:46 a.m. You remember these charts where I said if indeed we're going to have a short uh, zigzag to the upside, to see this as A and this as B and to come down as C, and that we should not break between here and here to the downside. Now we've broken this and we've broken this. So the price is going back down. On the larger time frame that I said, this is not what you expect of a wave 3 proper. It should be seen as gaining momentum, breaking out of the lower half of here to sprint up. And that is not the case now. After this initial move to this upper half, and the correction and this and this, so the price is gradually drifting towards the edge to even break. Now once we have a break out of here, this lower half, which is the lower part of the channel, that tells you we are out of going long. Now what do I see now? The structure has changed for me, that we are broken out of the support created by this, which is here and here and here and here. So we are going down. So we are going to break this lower channel and we're going to begin to come down. So our thought, because it's always good to look at your chart to orientate yourself to see what the price is printing on a bigger time frame for us to apply. So we were thinking this could be ABC of a 2, and that we are doing a 3, the first part of a 3, 1, 3, 2, and a part of 3, 3 to correct at least this as a 2, but then that is not it now. The structure had changed, and quickly we can recognize that. So what do I see? What I see now is that what is coming down here is probably going to give us a zigzag pattern to the downside. And what do I mean? What I meant is this: we might be seeing a correction of A that is going to break probably the low here. It's going to break this low A here, and the next thing, rise. The next thing is to see a B to the upside, and that is, we are going to see a bigger zigzag on the upper time frame now. So, and to see a C. So that is what this is showing me, and it will still be a correction to all of these. So what we are saying is, let's see this as, now we're going to see this as A or 1. So that is what we are saying. We're going to see this as A or 1, and the whole of this as B or 2. No, yeah. The whole of this as B. Okay, now, okay. Before I confuse anybody further. So, yeah, the whole of this is going to be, yes, a B. So what we are saying is that the whole move here can either be an A or 1, and the new zigzag pattern that we're looking at, that we're entertaining now, will either be an A, B, C, and after this, we are going to see a movement to the upside. We're going to see a move, a thrust to the upside. after this. So that is what I can see that is in the making now. That is what I can see in the making now. So the structure has changed, and it's good if we spot it early. Okay, it's good if we spot it early. So now, in between this structure that is changing now, we see this as the first leg of A. We see this as a B, and we're going to see this as a C of B. So we are going to have a zigzag to this point, a correction to this point, and another zigzag to this point. And the height so far now is at this level. So the new height is really at this level. This is the new high. That is our new high, and that is where the price had stalled. So price is not coming here. Price is not coming here. And the whole of this also is gone. So that is what we are saying now. So the whole of that is gone. And so I can probably change this to match the color of the correction. Form. So what we are saying is that this is going to run 5 waves to the downside, and this will run probably a 3-wave or a double correction or a triple correction to the sideways, and we're going to have another 5 waves to the downside. So where the price should not break is ultimately retracing to the downside now. In our retracement downside, so we begin to see how the price is printing. So this is the 0.9. Price should not be seen breaking that, but price may react. So the blue zone for now, or the blue box for now, will be in between those areas. This is where we can have our zigzag. So this is the area that we should expect this price is going to come to. And this is the area we expect. So price is going to come down once again. And price is going to come down once again. And we should be seeing a movement around this area. Of course, it doesn't have to come to 76, 78, or 85. It could stall at 50, or it could stall at 61.8. So it depends on the first leg that will determine where the second leg is going to be. So we still have over 6 months to deal with this. That's what I'm saying. We are going to be on the downward trend, up and down movement. So we should just know that for now, the trend is looking down. It's looking down. On the higher time frame, the trend is looking up, but for now, the trend is looking down for us to know how to navigate. So that's what I can see. So let me go back to the 1 hour time frame and begin to deal with what I see now. Now that we know we are coming down, I'm still going to label that. For now, I'm not here to label anything. I'm still going to label over time. These are changed. All these ones are changed. So this is 5. This is 5 now. That is 5. So I'm going to label that later. Now, we can see that with the correction that we had here, the correction didn't actually reach 61.8 projected, and that's why it's always good to have your trend line in place. Once you have it broken at this point, you have to eject because the plane want to crash. So the plane want to crash. So if you cannot pick it at this point is where at least you should have picked it once it sounds. You have to put it 5 minutes. Within 5 minutes or 1 minute that you have your signal, you get out. So you probably have saved. How much would you have saved from this point? Probably you will just lose about 61.66, 67 pips as opposed coming down to lose about 122 pips. So you should have gained that. So this is how this thing works. So for now, I don't see this as a correction of B. I don't see it as a correction of B. How do I mean? I don't see this as a correction of B. And I don't see that it's going to be A, B, C of a zigzag and it's going to store somewhere here. I don't see that now. I don't see that. I'm now beginning to see a big correction. That is what I'm saying. I'm beginning to see a big correction. That is what I'm saying. Let's quickly look into this once again. So let's look at the candle. So this candle is quite engulfing, which is typical of wave 3. So that is what I'm saying now. This is typical of wave 3. We had this, and so far, as far as I'm concerned, we probably had finished a wave 1. So what we thought was A is actually a wave 1, and we broke. This is wave 3, and we can see the correction here, A, B, C of wave 3. So the B we had actually was an ABC correction, which is actually also a motive wave correction. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 correction to the upside, that gave us this B. And it's not a B now with the way this is going. It will be a B if it does not break below 100 or 127 extension. That is the only thing that will make it a B. But looking at the strength of the movement here, I think instead of taking these ones to be like, we are seeing a C, I'm seeing this as a 3, the third wave of the new zigzag. So all we can do is to allow this run off. It's going to run off, and it's going to come to this area to retest, and we're going to retest a 3-2 to sell. That is what we're going to wait for, a pullback of a 3-2 to sell, and that might be happening maybe today till Monday. We'll be having a 3-way pullback. So it's going to be a 3-wave pullback, for us to have, a shorting opportunity. Let's look at the daily candle. What do we get on the daily candle? So you can see how big this is. So you can see how big this is. This is a 1 and ABC of a 2. It didn't actually put quite, big to the upside. So we are going to have this zigzag down, a 5-wave structure to the downside, and a deep correction of probably to the 50. After that 5 wave, we're going to have a big correction to the 50 retracement of the entire run, at least to give us a B of that zigzag, and before we have the last leg. This has to run 5 waves now. That's what I'm saying. So it's not a correction, because if you're looking at it as a correction to this, this is quite impulsive. It's not a correction to this. And once you erase this tail here, this support here, then you can't say that this is a 2 to this one. But with what the price is printing, that is what I can see with what the price is printing. So it's early in the day. So now, how do we proceed? This is how we proceed. This is how we proceed. So let me bring out my drawing. This is how we proceed. This is how we proceed. So you know that this is the beginning of this wave to the upside, and that where exactly we are now. We have broken 61.8, and this is 8.5. So once you take this out, once we take this out, this is, I think, around the area where we are going to have, or around this area, once you even touch 90, once you touch 8590, then you know that we are coming down. So, but now you don't want to sell from the current level. You have to wait for a pullback. That is what I'm saying now. So how do we progress from here? How to progress from here is to realign ourselves. Now, we are going to be looking for opportunity to sell. We are going to be looking for opportunity to sell. So, selling now. Selling now. For me, this becomes a 1. This becomes a 1. That becomes a 1. I'm going to see a 2. Oh, we have seen a 2 rather. This is a 2. And this is a 1. So this breaking this area is a 3-1. We're going to see a 3-2 to the upside. So we begin to apply ourselves now. Of course, we are going to treat it as if it's ABC or a zigzag movement to the downside. So, but you must know from the behavior of the and the size of what I'm seeing, the magnitude of what I'm seeing, it looks so much like now we have started the big zigzag correction to the downside. That is what I'm saying. So you may be thinking it's a zigzag from here. I don't think it's a zigzag from here. It's going to be a 1, 2, 3, and a deep pullback. You know that we have corrected. We have finished correction movement of 1 or A here. That is what I can see. But at what point would you confirm that that is a change, although it's appearing so? Is from this point. Let's take it from here. This is where we thought our 1 or A has ended. And this is where we expect our 2 or B to have ended. So our 100, which I think price is going to break, is going to be here, very close to 90 retracement. That is where our 100 is going to be. And our 123, 127 is actually going to be here. So 127 is going to be below the origin of that wave. Okay. So once we break below that, you should know that, yeah, price. So this is 123, which I think may go for it or not, but we are just trying to, now, this is 100, but I know it's going to go. 100 is going to go. I know that for sure. And this is where at least the price this wave will end. It won't end until it touches this area, because this is where we can say, okay, yes, completely, oh, sorry. We have printed, okay, so I'll still come back there. Okay, let me take this out first. So this is where we'll say we have printed a wave 3, at least, of this wave. If it's going to be an ABC, then it should still be within this area as an ABC of a correction to the upside. It should work within this area. And let me change that to red. Okay. So, but with this momentum, I see it come here to give a 3. We are going to have a 3. Of course, a 3 will not end there. A 3 may progress and continue to go down. But at least once we see that at 161.8, then we know for sure that that is a big correction of a zigzag to the downside. It doesn't mean that the trend, on the higher time frame will change, but I think from what I'm seeing now, with the loss of momentum, this is going to be broken. And for now, we don't have to reach this point before we have a correction to the upside. The correction can occur any moment, and all we should target is a 50% retracement to the upside for us to find an entry to sell. So, and when we are selling, of course, from the nature of the wave here, I don't think that this is going to stop at 100 here. 100 here is 85 of this entire run. It's not going to stop. And once it breaks 100 and it breaks 90, then even at this point, at this level, a break at this level tells me it's not going to even stop at 123, because it could have erased completely this. And this is the last place to make this one a 2 to this and to sprint upwards. That is not what it is now. So we should align ourselves. So we should be planning to look for a sell. So if you are still holding sell, like I still have some sell, below this point. So I'm going to wait again for, I exited my bigger, whatever lot, I think around this area. So I'm going to wait for a 2 of 3. This is 3-1, so it has not finished it. So I'm going to wait for a 2 of it to, relinquish all buy position, take sells here, and begin to come down to finish this. So I need to put this up here for you to see. That is how to align ourselves going inside a much smaller time frame. Let's look at 1 hour time frame. Let's look at 1 hour time frame. This is 1 hour time frame. So this is our 1 now, or you can still call it A, but I won't. So this may have given a sharp 1 and 2 of that big 3-1, and probably we are seeing maybe the 4, 5, and probably the ending diagonal. So, but we are going to get to the end of this soon. I think towards the evening, we should be correcting, and we're going to be looking for ABC correction. We may be breaking this also. Yeah, we are going to break that low. And that's what I think now. We're going to break that low. We are going to break this low. We are going to break this low. So how do I guide that we are done with this particular wave? Let's start from here. We'll take it this way. So once we break up, then we are correcting on that time frame. So that is what I can see now. That is what I can see now. We need to correct that So once we break out of that, we are correcting that to the upside. So we are warming close to this place. So we're going to correct this wave. We might break to touch. We might get as a reaction exactly at this point. So if you get a reaction exactly at this point, don't think it is the A, B, C, is done, and we're going to break this up. I won't bet that. I won't bet that based on the strength of movement here, and that this correction is so small of a B or a 2 is so small here. So there is a seller's pressure now. So we are doing a bigger correction to the downside. That is what I can see from here now. And after that, after having our 3-2, that is when we can now begin to create the channel. We can't create the channel like this because this is another reason why you know that this is not a zigzag ABC. Let me just show you. Because if this is A and this is B, and we're going to have a C, then this leg should play within the channel created by the low of A, which is here. Can you see here? So it should be working here. It should have bounced up here to probably give us this channel. Now, seeing that this correction is so shallow and it has broken low is another thing to tell me. Based on this motive wave here, this is very impulsive to the downside. So as broken low here tells me that we can't put up a channel now. So we have to wait for a 3-2. That has to be a 3-wave correction to the upside, and we find our entry to sell. So ultimately, we are going to break these. We are going to break this. That's what I can see. All right. See you during the weekend.